Hello and welcome back to another video. So today I am actually going to be doing my first ever unranked PvP match, which really is my first PvP match in general. I have done a little bit of open world PvP. I finally decided to get over the anxiety of all the bad things I've heard about PvP and just give it a try anyways. I've heard some people saying unranked isn't that scary. And now that I've been in there and done it, I would have to say pretty much I agree that unranked is not that scary. There are some times during the day where unranked is very frustrating. I would assume that it's a pre-made team or just the fact that the matchmaking system doesn't really know how to balance teams. That you just get these team compositions sometimes that are so one-sided that it's just not even fun. So this map here, I can't remember the name of it, but basically you need to take control of at least one of the pylons, and then you go into the middle of the map and there's some cubes that you click to get energy out of, and then from the energy you go fill up your pylon, and then once they're charged or whatever, you got to run into the middle to be protected from them exploding or you'll die. You can see there's actually a lot of enemies who've just shown up here, so we're trying to click in. They're using things like interrupts, stuns, knockbacks to keep you from being able to channel and capture that pylon. This game was just a big clusterfuck of killing people rather than doing objectives for the most part. Or maybe the other team just figured out how to do objectives. I have no idea. As I said, this was my very first game. I did play my concentration sentinel. Sentinels Marauders are not too bad at PvP actually. They have some decent burst. You know, they have good defensives. They have reasonable utility toolkit. They're not one of the best, but they're definitely not one of the worst. I've been playing a bit more PvP since this match, and because I'm doing Conquest on a specific tune, that's who I'm doing PvP on, and let me just tell you, that class is absolutely insufferable. They're not a good class for PvP. The balance is just not there at all. Hint, hint. So let's skip a little bit ahead and see if there's anything interesting in this map to share with you. Oh, there's one of the cubes that you got to click because the objective to gather energy. I just die, so whatever, you know. There are some things that, I'm moving the wrong element on Twitch. So there are some things that we've got hidden behind my beautiful lustrous face. I've got the Warzone med pack and in there. So I do have them equipped. Whether or not I'm remembering to use them effectively is a different thing. One of the things I'm not used to is having to raid buff myself, so I'm constantly running out of sorry, not raid buff, class buff. I'm constantly running out of my class buffs because I'm constantly forgetting to actually turn the bloody things back on. So there's a couple things that you we just lost that match. There's a couple things that you want to think about when you're doing. Actually, we'll wait to talk about that until we get into the next match here. So yeah, we definitely lost. Mostly, I would assume to them being better at objectives than our team. It wasn't too bad though. Like it was really just kind of like it didn't feel completely one-sided. I didn't feel like I was getting my asshole punched in every time that I encountered anybody. Okay, so let's see what we get now for this match. Oh, is there? Okay, this one just loaded me straight in, but okay, so this is the one where there are three objectives you need to control, 2 out of 3 to be ahead of the other team. So yeah, this one I still had no clue what I was doing on it. It just now I know that's kind of what you're supposed to do. But before I might have figured out a little bit in this match, but yeah, staying up here, someone's doing their funky weird dance because if they have I think that must be the no bones dance. They look like they have no bones at all in their body. All right, so let's get into the action. So yeah, I'm not really good at figuring out like, hey, who do I need to focus down? That person though, they put up their force barrier, so there's no point attacking them while force barriers up because you do no damage. So definitely being able to see what's on their cast bar can help. Trying to attack that person because I'm pretty sure they're a healer. I have no idea why I'm not attacking them anymore. Maybe it's because concentration is a very bad class for energy management when you don't follow a fixed rotation. No idea. Either way, I'm definitely not used to PvP. That is for sure. So, of course, being very careful of when you want to use your stun break. You don't want to burn a stun break if you don't have to. You only want to use a stun break if either you're really, really close to being killed, so they stun you and they start to unload a full, you can tell they're gonna, like, your health is just chunking away. Then you want to use a stun break, run away. Otherwise, if you get stunned and you're just not really taking any damage, sure, go right ahead and let yourself be stunned while you're not taking damage. The one exception to that would be is if there was something specific when it comes to whatchamacallit, something specific when it comes to an objective. So if you're being stunned and they're claiming an objective and you need to defend it, like you see them channeling on it, yeah, for sure. You're gonna want to get back into that battle so that you can stop them, so that you can uh mess up their day, stop them from getting that objective done. So here I'm just wandering around because I have no clue what I'm doing. I figured out, oh, look, this passageway underneath. And there's actually items that spawn. I still have no idea what they do other than one's a culto station that heals you, one is a speed boost, and then the red one I assume somehow makes you do more damage. So here I go, found somebody who has easy pickings thanks to someone else on my team who actually knew what they're doing. One of the frustrating things, of course, is that you never know if there's going to be a stealther defending an area who's going to just come up and screw you over, but my first objective. Yay. Yeah. So, anyways, I see an enemy over there. He's being attacked. I'm not really sure what I'm doing. Like, I'll hang around the objective for now. Now I see that there's two of them, so this is not good for me, 2v1, but I was kind of hoping, and it did work out that my ally's still nearby. Um, yeah, I'm fucked now, though. That's for sure. So I don't know how I'm getting so much healing. Like there's so many of them and not enough of us. So I'm just gonna try and run, and they'll probably get me anyways. Did I just use an awe there? I don't know what I just used there. It wasn't an awe, but trying to kind of stun them so I could get away. And half the time I forget what my defensives are because yeah, I don't play DPS classes very much, and I don't want to try tanky in PvP because tanky in PvP is not tanking like PvE. It's a very different way. You're playing more like a DPS class who uses taunts and guards to reduce the amount of damage people are taking. So you're going to guard somebody who's being attacked to reduce the damage they take. You're going to taunt people who are attacking somebody else so they do reduce damage. You're a support role, but for me, I just struggle with figuring out who's doing what on the map. It's kind of, I like those battles where you're just like, we're all gonna hit each other like freaking idiots with sticks and then see where the dice land. Or when it's like smaller, it's very satisfying when you get like a nice little 2v1 and you just kick somebody's ass in because they were by themselves and you got a teammate who's able to do just enough. This guy being a jerk. Again, I'm stunned, rooted, but I don't really care because his attacks were just so weak that I was like, well, whatever, dude. You're gonna hit me with tiny little toys. I'm not gonna bother to waste a stun break on that. Plus, my stun break was actually from a previous fight. I guess it'd be a little bit overpowered if all your things reset, but it's definitely one of those things where it's frustrating that your stuff doesn't reset between fights. So all your cooldowns are you're still waiting on them. When you get back in the battle, you're definitely a lot weaker version of yourself. So yeah, you get punished for dying with no real benefit other than I have full health, and that's not a big benefit. So I'm actually surprised how much I enjoyed this game. Looking back and watching it, how many times I got like an idiot. So there is a white bar that's underneath players, and you can also see it on whatever that's called. Their like if you look at my target, you can see It's gone now, but around their portrait there, it actually had the white bar going down. And that has something to do with resolve, I believe. So there's a limit on how often people can be interrupted and stunned. You can see now I have the bar and it's counting down. And that's because I did get stunned. So they have some mechanics to make sure that you can't just continuously get stunned by one player after another. It's supposed to be something very important in PvP. I have yet to figure out exactly how to make it important because I know it's there, but but I'm not good enough to actually deal with it. The other thing is like sometimes I'll see these other bars, like that purple bar with the, it's not always purple. Sometimes it's white, but it's instead of being a solid bar that slowly goes down, it's like a bar that is pieces and it chunks a little bit at a time, as you can see. So that one, I have no idea what that one is. If someone wants to let me know in the comments, that'd be great. I would actually like to know what that one is because it confuses me. What does it mean? Oh, so let's see if we can catch another interesting spot rather than me just turning around. This spot's not very good for my health, so we're doing the evasive maneuver 36. Get out of there. See if we can help my teammate out here with this 2v1. At least, give him a fighting chance. I have noticed, though, that holy fuck, when you have somebody who's good at TK, lightning, crap, they have such good burst. When that attack starts coming down from the sky, you got to watch your health. Yeah, you're probably fucked. So there's a lot of classes that I haven't played, so I don't really know. And it just sometimes I'll have like a good player who just kills me, and then I'm like, okay, when that thing comes down from the sky, this means that I am probably in trouble. Oh gosh. So yeah, that did not work out at all trying to help my ally with that 2v1. I probably wasn't even paying attention to which one he was attacking, it just was like randomly hitting someone. And we won somehow. Somehow. This is the glories of unranked, is as long as you don't get into unranked matches where it's like completely one-sided, one team's dominating, either team can probably win just by fluke. So it's nice when it's just a bunch of random people and they kind of get distributed all right. These are definitely the PvP matches I enjoy the best. So I think am I actually resetting utilities for PvP? I'm not sure here. No, I think yeah, I actually did do a little bit. Wow. Okay, this map, no idea what this is. So what is this? This is a 4v4 match. So this is just team deathmatch. So interesting difference on team deathmatch. You can see the scorecard up in the top right lists the roles and the players. As I quickly found out, having one healer on the enemy team is not fair balance when the other team is straight up DP. So I guess they're just kind of like, there's not much we can do about this. Not enough people queue for PvP, so you get what you get, so you have a match. But it definitely sucks that unless the other team is really, really bad at PvP, they're pretty much guaranteed to win when they have a healer. I'm sure that if you had people who knew what they were doing, they could beat a team with a healer. That was the whole team. So somebody on my team has marked that we need to burn down the healer. This is kind of an interesting sneaking around with stealth. They don't know where we are. That's pretty cool. And then I'll probably be an idiot and do something Leroy Jenkins style. No, I didn't this time. So yeah, their healer's trying to run away. I'm trying to chase their healer. So is someone else on the team. I'm an idiot and can't get up. But, so we've already lost one of our teammates. And they did lose their healer, so it's 3v3, so maybe we stand a chance now. But I think their team's just better than us, so we're probably going to lose anyways. Oh, is this guy gonna? Yeah, he's gonna heal up. That's one big weakness of Marauder Sentinel is lack of self-heal. So I've got some pretty good defensives. I've got 3 different defensives that are quite strong. And I have to use a med pack to actually be able to heal. But I don't think I have any other self-healing with this spec. Watchman does have some self-healing. I don't know how bursty Watchman is because I've actually never played it. even though it is the best class for PvE. Yeah, so we just got our asses kicked like 3v3, and we didn't even kill a single one of them. So there's a lot of issues in this game with balance around PvP. It's very frustrating that they're forcing us PvE players to suffer their wrath, trying to rebalance stuff around PvP when 7.0 comes out. A lot of the comments the devs have made is they basically said, hey, we think that these classes have too many defensives in PvP, and that, it's PvP has become too long of fights and too hard to kill people. So we're going to take away a whole bunch of abilities from every class. And it's like, dude, like us PvE players, we don't need to suffer. Like you could rebalance things specifically for PvE. Be like, okay, in PvP, each class is gonna lose access to this ability while doing PvP. Like things you could freaking. Oh well. Anyways, so their healer's running away. Not sure what we really should do here. Decide to go back and try and stop that from happening, but that happened anyways. So you can't fix stupid. You can't fix dumb. So yeah. Don't try next time. God, it's gonna just get me killed probably. Trying to fix. Well, as you can see, stun there, and I felt like it wasn't worth using stun break and just letting it wear off instead. Don't know if that was the right choice. At least, okay, their healer's back in range. I was gonna say at least their healer likes to run away a lot, so not constantly healing. But still, it just, yeah, I think it's weird, like, because this was my first death match, I wasn't so upset about the fact that we're getting our asses punched in. Like, it was a little annoying. But now that I know how unbalanced and unfair it is, looking back at this game, I feel myself getting frustrated already at the fact that they got a healer and we didn't. So it's funny. I've actually stopped playing much PvP at all. I used to really like doing games that were player versus player. So I played a lot of Left 4 Dead, Left 4 Dead 2, a lot of the Battlefield series. Play StarCraft. Used to do a lot of the latter on that one, doing 1v1 mostly. And after a while, I started getting into more co-op based games because I find that in co-op based games, it's much harder to rage. It's much harder to get frustrated. There's a lot. Weird. There's a lot more things that I find enjoyable about doing co-op games. They don't cause me to get mad as often. They don't cause me to get angry as often. A lot of co-op games are designed so that you can kind of carry your team. Like you don't have to be like frustrated that idiots are always wiping everything for you. At least out of the ones I played. But there definitely are some co-op games. Like if you go into a raid on this game and you do a veteran mode difficulty raid, you have to bring people who have a decent idea what they're doing, unless you're doing like EV hard mode, because that mode, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that's my general thing. Is I really don't do PvP as much as I used to because I just don't like getting that frustration that comes from when it feels like it's not a balanced match, when it feels like one of your teammates is tossing because he's an idiot, stuff like that. I like to play content where it's like you can just chill out, relax, have a good time, and even if you lose because somebody's not that good, you can still kind of just be like, oh well, like it's lost to a computer. It's always tomorrow to come back. It's not like as if the game was unbalanced. It was we knew the difficulty we were getting into. We knew how strong they were going to be. We knew, all this information about them, and we just didn't come with a prepared group. Whereas PvP, it's so variable, so random. It's like, well, how did the teams get decided? Should they have swapped two players around to make it more balanced? So, yeah, that was my experience with PvP, very first unranked. Definitely, it wasn't as scary as I thought, even though that last match was a little bit of a frustrating one that didn't stand a chance at all. It was nice and short and sweet, though, which is good. Yeah, my just general thoughts is if you have been scared about doing unranked war zones for a while, just hop in, give it a try. Don't worry about it. If your team gets their ass kicked, really badly and you just keep dying all the time, just remember that there's certain times of the day when the queue is full of these experienced players forming teams together versus there's times when you can go on and everybody else is just an idiot like yourself and doesn't know what they're doing. And then it's actually pretty enjoyable when you're playing with a whole bunch of people who are at your level of skill and you can just run around and just think that you're killing people. All right, as always, have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video.